Dang, dude. I used to be like when it would say this meeting is being recorded, I'd start getting nervous and think I gotta be perfect in what I'm saying and everything. And now it's just whatever after you do it a few times.
Now we're back. This is just normal.
My boy's still in Nashville.
Yep, still here. I'm about to go to Florida tomorrow, and it's gonna rain all week. And
Really? I didn't even
then
see that.
yep, and then yeah, I go to Sarion's and Papendal. So, yeah, my room's still not packed up, but we thought we would get a podcast in, more so for ourselves, but to let you guys know that we're serious about trying to catch up after every week. Andre's got some big news about Twitch that we wanted to start it off with, and then we'll get into the racing.
Yeah, so we just got a pretty big shipment in. I got my half of my shipment. Cam will get his once he finally gets back home after his world tour. But something cool, although we do not recommend it, our tubes will now be coming with a patch kit. So just one singular patch kit. Uh, as we, I mean, as I just said, we don't really recommend using patch kits. They can be a little bit dicey, but a lot of people have requested it, and it's not something we're going to charge you $10 for on our website. It's just something that's going to come with the tubes. So if you do decide to use the patch kit, you get a tiny little hole in one of your tubes. You can start using that. But as I said, we don't necessarily recommend it, but if you'd like it, it's there.
Yeah, thanks for that. Yeah, I mean, like you said, when I first started riding lightweight tubes, we would just put them like on our sprint bikes or on our backup bikes if like we absolutely needed it or wanted to save a penny. But honestly, I feel like the price has come down on TPU tubes anyways. Like they used to be 45 bucks and sent from Europe. So times have changed, but yeah, we did get a lot of feedback. We hear everything and we see everything. Obviously, we're just a two-man show, so we just have to make adjustments as we go. But yeah, we found out that we could help you guys out by still not hurting your pockets. So again, those new tubes that you get maybe from your local bike shop or immediately today might not have them in there, but I would say probably within the next 2 to 3 months, you can expect them to start being in the boxes. So that's super cool. I guess after that, let's just get straight into it. Um, Nashville was a shit show.
Dude, what a freaking week. Dude, I like Spencer when he was leaving and he kept telling me that it was gonna rain, it was gonna rain, it was gonna rain. I was just like, dude, like that just doesn't like sound ideal. And I know like obviously they've worked hard. Like they took that, it looked like they took that coating off of the turn. So it's no longer like that. But obviously there's still like a little part in the turn that I believe it still has. Because I saw like, say for
Yeah,
example,
yeah.
I saw a
So,
video of
so
Ty.
actually, I don't know if it's like the track operator's son or whoever Spencer was staying with, was telling us just randomly standing there that it was like 10 grand a turn to scrape that off. So I couldn't imagine how much
Whoa,
it was to seal it, but then to scrape it. So
that's
I believe like it
insane.
was just so expensive to just
Yeah.
redo everything that he said the reason that that line up there is because basically all three of those lines equal one turn. And so they kind of just were like just clear out the riding section of the turn and just like let's just call it. But yeah,
Yeah.
I mean obviously I don't know if you saw all the pictures and stuff, but like dude,
Dude,
it
it was
was
crazy.
it was caked up and I felt really bad obviously for the track operators because they put in a lot of work. I think this is the third year in a row that we haven't had like a good Nashville, dude. Like it sucks. Like it's such an
I feel like it's
iconic.
been a long time since I've seen like a normal, like good race there, just because of
It's
because of
raining.
weather. Like
It's just always raining. Yeah.
it's no one's fault. Like it's just like the time of the year where that's where I don't really understand. Like if it's been like that for so long, like why I roll the dice, especially when it looks like it's a headache. Like to
Yeah.
manage that race and do those things, like it looks like it's probably
Yeah. I mean, and I don't know. I mean, obviously you can't predict it, but yeah, it's third year in a row. I did the same thing as maybe not you, but like I saw it. I'm like, oh, it's gonna rain. Okay. I started looking at the forecast, and at the beginning of the week, the forecast was like raining 4 a.m. to 5 a.m. So I was thinking, okay. And I was already being negative Nancy there. I'm like, oh, it's gonna be wet in the morning, and then by the time it's third moto, fourth moto, whatever, like it'll be a good race. So just get through the morning. But then as the weekend got closer, like, dude, I showed up Thursday they had a pro practice at 10 a.m. that I didn't make. And then I rode with the amateurs at 1. And as soon as my practice was over, dude, they canceled practice for the rest of the day because it was gonna rain. And so already it was like it was pretty soft, but like I was able to jump like into the second turn, which is like the only real jump you need to do. And like again,
Yeah,
it was soft, but it wasn't like the worst thing ever. You weren't putting ruts in
yeah,
the track. Then it just pissed down rain. And so I was gonna like maybe go practice Friday morning, but I didn't even go to the track on Friday because I'm just like,
yeah,
there's no reason. Um, and then yeah, they ended up canceling the first day, which that was something I want to talk about. And this topic's obviously gonna be super long, but like
yeah.
I think, and I know I get it from a business standpoint, but I think they like USA BMX should have just canceled the race.
Like all the days,
I mean, I
or
think so. Like, I get why they didn't, right? They already have allotted the money. The track has already done the work, and so like the track's going to make the same amount of money. You know, the people are going to make the same amount of money for
dude, what a
the
surprise
amateur
coming
ride.
from the guy who won to say to just
Dude,
cancel.
unfortunately, like, dude, I won in
Yeah,
2024, and
yeah,
it wasn't
yeah,
cool either. And that's why, like, I actually feel super confident in like talking like this because, like, dude, like, and just and I might even get some hate on it from the guys, but it's like,
yeah.
dude, it was to the point where like it was on the line of being dangerous
Uh-huh.
and like had they and I don't know what like the mitigation is there, but I almost was like, dude, I wish they would just be like, hey, we're gonna do a makeup pro race, but since everybody's here, we're gonna do a pro open that's like OG pro or a pro pay.
So are you
And if
saying are you saying cancel the race totally, like as in like the pro racing and the amateur
I
racing,
mean,
or just
I'm
pro?
indifferent. I mean, both. I
Um,
mean,
yeah,
if they weren't going to cancel the whole thing, which I think they
yeah,
should have,
yeah,
I think, yes, I won, and now I'm literally leading the pro points, so it benefited me. But like,
hmm,
as that being a pro race, and like, I know I'm gonna have some people be like, "Oh, it's bicycle motocross, get real." Well, I won, so like, I'm not saying like it from
yeah,
like a soft point, but it was like dude, like between and you haven't been there probably in a few years, but like
yeah.
it's the metal gate. It's like the new Riverview gate, but wet. So it's not
Oh,
even like Tampa where there's like
yeah,
grip everywhere.
yeah,
It's not like a pro gate where there's grip everywhere. It's the three grooves, and if that thing is slick, you're flipping. Like first day
yeah,
Friday, went to go watch. I saw Bramer flip the gate. Then I saw Jeremy slip in the gate, which I mean, again,
yeah,
I understand it happens. I understand it's like part of the game, but it was like when you're racing for points and you're racing for money at this level, like it definitely wasn't worth the risk, right? And that's why
yeah,
why Cam Wood and Ryan Tugis pulled out after they crashed because like we have World Cups and we have stuff going on. And I don't know. Anyways, I think that it should have been canceled. And if it wasn't canceled because everybody was already there, I wish they would have done like a, hey, we'll do a makeup this weekend. We'll make another national or we'll add a pro race to this national. And if you guys want to still race pro open and race with 20 riders, we'll give you the pay plus the rider count and just race. Because again, I was put in the position. So, do you want to just go over my weekend first and then we can go into the girls and the guys?
yeah, 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 yeah. Let's do it.
Yeah,
Dude,
well,
I give you major kudos, bro, for like just being able to lock in that scenario. I think that it's so hard. Like I remember the last time I think it happened. Well, I mean, I just experienced that in Colombia too, where it was just freaking pouring down, and I mean, I was able to be all in, but I don't know why. Like at the some of the USA BMX races, it's been hard for me when it's like just fucking awful conditions. Like I think it was when Louisville was like super rutted up on
yeah,
the
that was
first
another.
straight on the like I don't know. It was a few years ago, but
Yeah.
it wasn't very long ago. But yeah, that shit looked difficult.
Well, yeah, well, that was the thing too. Like, obviously, you go into it. We like, I get there on Saturday. I I get there at 11 a.m. We don't even race till 4
Mhm.
because the racing is just taking that long with the rain. So then you do like
Yeah,
a little warm up, right? But like you never really know. So I kind of started off like pretty conservative. And like I had Ryan who was going fast, obviously, and obviously he's coming off a win, so he's got confidence, whatever. And I was kind of just pushing it to the little drop down and just like trying to chill. Like I'll take seconds, I'll take thirds. Well, the
yeah,
second moto, I freaking unclipped. and
Oh yeah.
I haven't unclipped in like 5 years, dude. So I was pissed because
Where?
like
Where?
over
Where?
the roller. Like
Oh
I slid
shit.
a little bit, got a little off balance, foot just completely out. And like so I went like 3 and then 6. And it's like same thing as 30. I mean, which this is fine because this is how it is normally, but it's like 30 dudes to 16. I got 9. I've got obviously people that are going to try hard in the third moto. I have to get whatever. So like the first day I got 12 points. I
Yeah.
went 363. And then like that's where yeah, which I appreciate the kudos, but that's where I was just like, all right, I'm not even gonna worry about the rate. I'm just gonna ride it normal. And then like
Yeah.
literally had a good semi, which was faster than everybody. And then I got lane 1 in the main. And that was the thing too, is like I didn't know all those guys in the other one went down, but I was just focused on and which is funny is like you like say kudos for being locked in. Now, the whole day I was like, dude, this is stupid. Like you know me
Yeah.
more than the
Yeah.
people viewing. I was just like if I slide out, I'm going home. Like this is crazy. Anyways, I won the semi and I didn't even think like anything of it. And then when I got the fastest time, I was like, dang, okay, well like now I got to do it again.
Yeah.
And so anyways, I felt good though. Like and honestly, like unfortunately those other guys, like I guess it really was like can't so me and Simon and maybe Carmona? No, maybe just me and Simon were in the first one, and the second one had like a lot of the guys. And I noticed that like Drew
That's
didn't
one where
make it.
Ryan went down, right?
Yeah, yeah. Ryan didn't
Yeah.
make it, Cam didn't make it, Drew didn't make it. And then it was like Mateo made it, and not to disrespect any of the guys, but it was like one of those things where I was like, dang, I have lane 1. I'm not gonna say I'm expected to win, but I'm expected to win probably in this situation. And I'm like, shoot, do I remember how to win? Like, like it's been like, and I won national champs obviously, but it's been since the grand since I've won a race, dude. So
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that still is 7 months. Like it's still a
Yeah.
long time, right? So, anyways, I was happy with that, and there was the one thing that I knew, and so one of the motos I raced where I got third that day, Ryan and Mateo jumped into the second turn,
Uh-huh.
and I pumped it, and they gapped me a little bit, and I was
Uh-huh.
like, all right. I know half of these guys aren't gonna risk it, but if I come out of the first turn and I hear Carmona's in second, I gotta freaking jump it. Because like if I pump it and he blasts me or passes me that
Yeah.
way, like I'm gonna be upset at myself. And so
Yeah.
sure
Yeah.
enough, I'm coming out of the turn and I'm like making sure I'm listening. And it's like Larson, Carmona, and I'm like, dude. So that was
Yeah.
my first time. That was my first time jumping it all day. Um, and I mean, I knew what to expect. It sucked that he went down. But again, you
Yeah.
had to stay under that top thing. And
Yeah.
another thing that was like when I first got there on Saturday, dude, I'm watching Ty Henry just chill. He's like cruising to the last turn. Front tire barely touches the
Yeah,
Blackstone.
yeah, that's
Clink!
what I'm saying. That's
Gone.
the video I was talking about where like
Gone.
when we were just talking about the turns earlier where like he was just chilling on the on that blacktop and just dude just
Gone.
I don't think he touched the brake. I don't think he did anything. He just freaking
No,
yeah,
it just slid.
yeah.
Um yeah. So anyways, once he slid, I kind of knew I was gonna win because I knew no one was gonna like and even then Santiago Suarez did the same thing. Third
Yeah.
place felt so bad for him.
Dude, I was heartbroken for him. I was so stoked when I heard he would like because I think I was with Joe. Joe was showing me the race and I like noticed that he was in third going into the last turn, and I was like, hell yeah, come on, like finish it. And then out
Easy.
of nowhere, boom, just fucking eats
Gone.
it. And I swear it was dang, I just cursed, but I swear it was
I did too. I said Nashville was a shit show. So
yeah, I swear that yeah, I was just watching. I felt so bad for him, dude.
yeah, and that was the thing too. Like the girls class as well, right? Like Peyton. I mean, Peyton just slid out,
Yeah,
just death by just turning, and then the
yeah.
vets kept it pretty chill day 1. But yeah,
Dang, what about
anyways.
Tyler Smith?
Well, that's day 2. Hold on.
Yes,
You're getting a
hype
little
for
ahead of
my
yourself.
boy.
Yeah, I felt bad for him the first day though. He was leading at least 2 races in the mains till the last turn, and then just got, and I was like, man. Anyways,
He
yeah. So
finished
that was
first place at Tampa.
yeah, that was day 1, and honestly, like. after that, I was already ready to call it a weekend. I was like, honestly, and that was the thing. The forecast was showing rain all day Sunday. So then I was like, okay, cool. I got to win. Maybe I'll just go home. Like, I don't know. Um, and then I woke up and I'm like, all right, I'll go to practice, see what happens. Go to practice. It's pissing rain. And I'm like, all right. But so many people pulled out that like honestly it made it worth it
Yeah, that was
to
crazy. I
race.
noticed when I saw that because I was on the boat on Sunday with Joe. He showed me the stream, and I noticed it went from 30 to 21. I was like, dang, a lot of people
Yeah,
pulled
a lot of
out.
people did. Yeah.
Yeah,
And so that was like, okay, well now we're going 21 to 16. If I just chill through
yeah,
the motos, I could probably make at least a semi, right? Well, then I ate it in the first turn. Uh, right. And what's crazy is I rode it harder in the main the night before in wetter conditions, so I think my body position was just bad. But then I crashed and got the road rash and all that, and I was like, sick. Like we're back
yeah, yeah, yeah,
5-man moto. Like I could have
yeah.
just chilled, I guess. But anyways, so then I crashed, and then from there it was just like another uphill battle, dude. Like, and what's crazy is like a lot of people watched obviously the main and be like, "Oh, dude, you're locked in," but like, bro, I wasn't locked in any day until the semi because I was just trying to make it.
Well,
Like
that's
the
why I
first,
think it's cool because like I feel like you make it relatable to where like I think that it was hard for anyone to be like that. Like I mean, like just like completely locked in and just
yeah. Well, I think it's
laser
cool to just,
focused on yeah.
yeah, I think it's cool just to know that like both work, right? Like I've had races where I've been locked in from the beginning. Like again, the grands for me was locked in from the beginning, other than my slide out, but like it was like lights out, and then like these were like, okay, let's get into the semi. Okay, let's get into the main. Okay, now in the main, sure, like everything's off the table, just go for it. But that was like another thing was going into day two, I crash. So then I'm like thinking in the back of my head, and I had Mateo in my motos, and I was getting into the first turn, so I felt like pretty confident. And then McLean just started doing OG McLean stuff from like 2022 and just going fast, like just winding up the engine and like he set the fastest time for like two of the motos. So going into the semi, Josh had the fastest lane or the fastest time. Um, and obviously we're friends with him, so I'm gonna speak about it like I would say it to his face, but like if I was him, I would have picked outside of me in the semi because I think like in the long run to the
Yeah.
turn, he probably could have got me. Maybe, maybe not. But and I know he was thinking about it because he said he was thinking about it. But like first lane choice, he goes lane one. Whoever has second lane choice went lane three, and like, dude,
Dude,
lane
he's
two's open.
crazy.
Lane two's open, man. Like I'm going for sure. And like
Yeah,
obviously, like my idea is to try to win the semi so I can get gate one because I feel better
yeah,
there. Like if I have some insurance, if someone's barely in front of me, I'll just go under them. Um, and again, like it was cool to see, and I talked to him about it. Like I was like, dude, like the
yeah,
old Josh was back. That was cool, but I think that had he picked the outside and had he won the semi, he may have won the main because like I just second pedal chopped him straight up, and
yeah,
he ended up making it still. But then in my semi, I ran like the fastest time of the weekend out of everybody, and that was when I was kind of like, all right, like
yeah,
as long because Jordan Callum was riding well as well. He just got on some Twitch tubes too, so maybe that was the reason.
yeah,
Um, but he was riding fast like all weekend, like he was beating Tugis by passing, like he passed me and Tugis in the first moto. He was winning a lot of races. He had fast lap times. Um, so I knew that like he was going to be a pretty good contender, and he did. He got third and second on the weekend, so obviously a solid weekend. But I had him and Josh in my semi, and
mhm,
so when I won, and then I got a good time, I was like, okay, like that's good. But then I was also like, dude, now I gotta do it again. I gotta do the same thing
yeah,
again. Like I have to make sure I execute it well. And so yeah, I mean, going into that day, um, or that main, I was probably more nervous than the day one. Just
mhm,
because again, in the back of my head, I had like, and I know you know what I'm talking about. I'm like, bro, if Josh gets one of those ones, like
yeah, yeah.
to the turn, like he could be hard to beat. But I got a good start, and I just had like literally almost deja vu. I had Carmona on my right side, and I knew just like as long as I jump into that turn,
Yeah.
I'll be okay. I tagged
With
it, which honestly,
Simon? Simon raced the
but
second day, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Simon
Yeah,
got Simon
yeah.
got second and then fifth. Um,
Okay.
And dude, honestly, like he's had a pretty impressive season, just like finding himself on the podium like everywhere, dude. Like
Yeah,
before I won the second day, he was the points leader, and like no disrespect to him at all, but like no wins, just
yeah,
second
just
here, third here,
consistent.
second here, third here, second here. He
Yeah.
ended up getting second in Tulsa with that blow
Mhm.
up. But yeah, so he was on the podium, and then Drew ended up getting third. So before we
Okay.
talk about the girls, I wanted to bring up the main just for you to watch, and I wanted to kind of chat about them because this was Elise's first race back.
Yeah.
So I wanted to get your take on that. I have my own speculations or whatever, and then we had some new faces on the podium. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think we should give them some love and shout out. So I'm gonna share this real quick. Um, Let me know when you can start seeing it. It should be three, two, one, and let me
Yeah.
know if you can see. Can you see or no?
Yeah, I can see your screen.
Perfect. So they'll
Uh,
be able to see you talk with the screen. But this is the women's main event from day two.
it's a
I'm
little
gonna.
glitchy, but I can see it.
Is it? That's when you were texting me asking like I wasn't on task. So yeah, Molly with the whole shot.
Yeah. Yeah,
We
because
had
I
the
can't. It's a little glitchy, but is that Alexis Aiden in second?
yeah, Alexis Alden's
That's
in
cool.
second, and
Or
then Darren.
Alexis Alden.
Yeah,
Alexis.
yeah, and then Darren Mertens in third, and then you have Elise, Ava, and then Mackenzie got third the first day actually.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. That's
the
actually
podium.
really cool.
The
That's
podium
actually,
was young.
yeah,
That was the girls. So um yeah, hold on. I'll just stick on the screen, I guess.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
That's
yeah, so
actually,
like honestly, like it was again, it was interesting to see. Obviously, a lot of girls pulled out as well. Maybe not a lot. I just know that
uh,
Peyton pulled out, and then
yeah.
like Alita Beeman I saw walking around. So it wasn't as stacked, but
Mhm.
it was still, like I said, really impressive for me to see the two young girls, or I
No,
guess all three.
that's super cool because you know that they're hungry, so they don't really care
Yeah.
about the conditions. Like they're gonna go for it because they want to get on their first podium or whatever. So that is really cool. As for Elise coming back, that was really cool to see too. A woman goes through crazy things holding a baby for I think 9 months that they hold it for, and
hmm
I'm sure that it's not easy coming back completely. I'm sure that she'll be at her highest form soon, but man, yeah, what a woman goes through is pretty gnarly. So
Yeah, and I
cool.
give her respect for it. I
Yeah,
mean, it takes a
yeah.
lot of not only courage to come back, but also like I'm sure it's not super fun getting into the gate, not knowing if you can beat the same girls that you used to beat all the
Mhm.
time for years. So I think
Yeah,
that like I mean, I wouldn't even say she probably has an ego, but just like throwing all that to the side and just being like, screw it, I'm just gonna hop in
yeah,
and
yeah,
whatever I get this weekend's whatever I get. Obviously, I don't know how she actually feels about it, but I
yeah,
felt like, you know, it was it was a pretty good start. I think these tracks are going to be more challenging for her than like
yeah,
Supercross. Like I think if she was
yeah,
able to be in form in Rock Hill, well, I guess the competition was a little stiffer in Rock Hill, but I guess just Supercross
yeah,
versus ABA, maybe a little bit harder just because you had those younger girls that may be a little bit closer, but it was cool
yeah.
to see. And then as you mentioned, uh, your buddy Tyler Smith from Tampa BMX just
Look at the
put on a
dog go.
show. I
Look
got
at
obviously they had three mains, but this
uh
was the one that they do the whole shot for, and it was a pretty decent lap for him. So I wanted to give him kudos minus that. Holy cow.
I almost flipped the bars on the second straight, but I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, it was cool. And I talked to him afterwards and he was pumped. He got a record and stuff. So
That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm stoked for him. I think, dude, I think he just got a new job too. I think he's gonna be working the in Pensacola, where that new track is in Florida, the all
yeah, that's what he's
asphalt.
saying.
Yeah, so
That's cool.
that's
So
pretty
so
sick.
he'll be fending for the fastest track operator now versus Tyler.
That's sick.
No, but I wanted to touch it too. Like I get it, but yeah, Jeff raced the first day and then didn't race, and then Barry was there all
Was Justin
weekend.
there?
Huh?
Was
No,
Justin there? No.
no. I really
Okay.
think like, and I totally get it when they're racing
Uh,
for $300, but like
yeah.
I really think the rain just was like scared
Yeah, yeah.
people away. Like it's not worth it, and that's what I was gonna say. Like Jeff and Barry were there, I was honestly ready to see like how tight like that race because like I told you
Yeah.
like in the last episode that we had like I think
Uh,
whoever wins Nashville is gonna win the title because they're all gonna be there lining
Tyler
up
Smith winning the title this year. Let's go.
and then they don't race. Well, Jeff won the first day, but
Yeah, yeah.
anyways, yeah Barry didn't race at all, which again I get it. It was like if I didn't have to race. And I wasn't already planning on like this being the first step of my trip, I honestly probably would have went home. Um,
Dude, I think that Jeff showing up though and still racing in those conditions the first day shows that this year matters to him and like in the aspect of like he wants to
getting
go
some
for the
points.
title. Like he
Yeah,
wants to go for the title, getting those points matter to him. So I think the dog's gonna come out of Jeff and he's gonna come back and fight for the
yeah.
title.
Now those races like the Ohio's and Utah's are really going to come into play because they're in this similar position that the elite men are in, where
Yeah.
like a couple of those guys have wins now, right? Like
Yeah.
Rydell's got 3 wins, Jeff probably has 2. I don't
Uh-huh.
really know about Barry. Tyler Smith now has a win. Chris
Uh-huh.
Morales has a win.
Uh-huh.
And now the vet pros, I don't know if it's the first year, it might be the second year, where they're the same points as uh, the like elites. So like if you just get first, second, or third 8 times, you're up for the title.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Which again, I still don't. I even think me being the points leader right now is kind of crazy with the points system, but it is what it
Yeah.
is. Been on both sides, obviously, but yeah. Anyways, it was cool to see. I don't know if you want to watch the elites because we kind of just talked about it, but yeah, I think that like it was a cool I guess weekend again, it was obviously the same for everyone. So it was one of those things that you just kind of had to go through. I did want to touch up a little bit on futures.
Mhm.
Um, Dude, Marshall was going pretty fast.
Dude, I saw a video, I think of the first
He only
uh
raced the first day.
the first yeah, okay, then I guess it was just the first day of the main and his gait looked really good. Like
Yeah, it
respectfully like Marshall, like I got love for you, bro, but your gait was crazy, dude. Like it was whack before and it looks like you're putting like some like solid form
No,
and like
it
good
was cool to
technique.
see. Like, yeah, because I've seen on social media, he's like, oh, yeah, this year I'm focusing on racing. I feel like this was the first
Yeah,
time that we were able to actually see like the work being put in. Like, I mean, he was
yeah,
getting people to the first turn by 2, 3 bikes. Like,
yeah,
he was celebrating going into the last turn on the night. Like, it was crazy. And then, like, yeah, he just said, like, yeah, the conditions are too bad. I haven't gone through a weekend without crashing, so I'm done.
yeah.
And then we got, our guy 440 pulled the win off
On day two.
on day 2. So
Okay.
it was cool to see him do that. And then honestly, I was completely wrong about I think her name's Sadie Thompson, dude. She said she's working with Barry now. Like I just heard her speaking on the
Okay.
mic. Dude, she was horsing, and I'm pretty sure, and I could be mistaken, I'm pretty sure she won both days. And I
Okay.
went into the weekend thinking like I don't think anybody's gonna be able to touch like Presley on a long
Uh-huh.
hill. And
Yeah.
she showed up and I don't know, yeah, I don't know
That's
if she
sick.
just
That's
like
sick.
didn't care. I don't know if she's training well. Like again, trying to give everybody respect, but I'm pretty sure she won both days and yeah, from start to finish, no flukes, no anything, just straight up horsed it.
I caught her finish line interview, I think, and she was just saying how much it meant to her, like winning these races because she's showing that she can beat these girls. So I thought that was cool. I
Yeah,
thought that was
yeah. I think again, like what's really tough, especially for the younger girls, is like those first couple of races are all just supercross tracks they don't
yeah,
have a lot of
yeah.
experience on. So I feel
Especially
like
Tulsa. That one's tough for the
yeah,
for the
well, and
girls.
I put myself back in there. Like, dude, at 17, I had been to Rock Hill once and Oldsmar once, and that was like my only supercross experience. Like I got to think like you and I have lived near a supercross track for the last, I mean, me probably the last 7, 8 years and you your whole life. Like, could you
Bro,
imagine? Like, I couldn't
dude,
imagine not having my local track as a. So then when I watch it and I'm like, dude, how can these girls not just
I had
do
the
the
local
jump?
track as a supercross track, and I was still bailing on the berm jump. Like, dude,
Well, right. And so
I get it.
I think there is, hold on. Um, I think there is like, yeah, some respect we got to give to them just because I feel like, yeah, they're a little timid, but honestly,
Yeah,
it's to be expected when, um, yeah, they don't ride it every day. So I don't know
yeah,
if you wanted to chat about anything else. We could just wrap it up here and then do something for the World Cups later, or we could also do the World Cups. But maybe I can check back in with you in a week after my Sarasota camp, and we could do like a little World Cup
yeah.
preview.
I think we should do that and make it a little bit more fresh. Just see what's going on in the BMX world that after this. I mean, I think this was yeah, we touched up on a lot, so I think it should be solid little wrap up.
All right, yeah, I'll wrap it up. I just want to say thanks everyone for supporting us as always. As we mentioned like twice, and we're gonna get annoying. We're back in stock, and we like hopefully figured out our issues of never going out of stock again. So just want to say thank you to everyone that like supports us, and like obviously Andre doesn't go to a lot of the American races, but anybody that comes up to me recently and just either says good things about the tubes or says good things about us, we appreciate it. And again, we're trying our best to eventually give back as much as possible. We're just obviously trying to build it up, and yeah, I guess we'll catch you guys hopefully in a week. Check back in.
Later, guys.